Let me ask you a question, and really think about your answer before I give you mine. If I asked you to name the single biggest thing that determines how long and how well you'll live after 60, what would you say? Your diet? A good guess. Exercise? Another good one. Maybe your blood pressure, your weight, your genes, whether you smoke? All of those matter, truly. But here's what may surprise you. According to one of the longest-running studies on human health ever conducted, the strongest predictor of a long, happy, healthy life isn't any of those things. It's something most people never think to measure at all. And once you hear it, it may change how you spend your days. So stay with me, because I'm going to tell you what it is, why it's so powerful, and exactly how to strengthen it, starting this week. For more than 80 years, researchers followed a large group of people across their entire adult lives, checking in on their health, their work, their habits, and their happiness, decade after decade. They were looking for the thread that separated the people who aged well, staying healthy and content into their 80s and beyond, from those who declined. And what they found stunned even them. The number one factor wasn't cholesterol, it wasn't wealth, it wasn't even exercise, it was the quality of people's relationships, the warmth and strength of their connections to other human beings. The people with strong, supportive relationships lived longer, stayed sharper, and were happier and healthier than those who were isolated and lonely. In fact, loneliness turned out to be as damaging to health as some of the big physical risk factors we all worry about. Let that sink in. Your connection to other people may protect your body and your mind as powerfully as anything you eat or any exercise you do. If that gives you pause, the way it gave me pause, do me a favor and subscribe, because this is the kind of truth I want to keep bringing you, the things that actually matter, not the noise. Now let me explain why connection is so powerful, and then what to do about it. Why would relationships affect your physical health? It comes down to a few things. When you feel connected and supported, your body carries less chronic stress. And chronic stress, as we know, quietly raises blood pressure and fuels inflammation throughout the body. Connection buffers all of that. Beyond that, the people who love you keep an eye on you. They notice when something's wrong. They nudge you to see the doctor. They give you reasons to eat well, to get up, to keep going. And your brain, remarkably, treats meaningful conversation and shared laughter as exercise, lighting up and staying sharper through human contact. In plain terms, connection lowers your stress, watches your back, and keeps your mind alive. That's a powerful prescription, and it doesn't come in a bottle. Now here's the hard truth we have to face. Connection often fades after 60, and not through any fault of our own. Friends move away or pass on. Children get busy with their own lives. Retirement ends the daily contact of work. Aches and pains make it harder to get out. And so, quietly, slowly, the circle shrinks and isolation creeps in, often without us even noticing it happening. That's exactly why this can't be left to chance. If connection is this important to how long and how well you live, then nurturing it deserves to be as deliberate as taking your medication or going for your walk. So let me give you the practical part, how to strengthen your connections, starting this week, even if you're not a naturally outgoing person. You don't need a big, busy social life. You need a few genuine threads of contact, kept warm. Start with one. Pick one person and reach out. A phone call, a message, an invitation for coffee. Make it a regular thing, not a one-time effort. A standing weekly call, a routine you can count on. Then look for ways to belong to something, a class, a club, a faith community, a volunteer group, a walking group, anywhere people gather around a shared purpose. Purpose and people together are especially powerful. And here's a quietly beautiful one. Reach out to someone else who might be lonely. Checking on a neighbor or an old friend lifts you both, and it reminds you that you still matter to others. And let me gently encourage you about the technology too. A video call with a grandchild far away, a group chat with old friends, these aren't the same as being in the room, but they're real connection, and they count. Don't let distance be the end of a relationship that matters to you. So here's what I want you to take from this. The single most powerful thing you can do for a long, healthy, happy life after 60 may not be found in a gym or a health food store. It may be found in a phone call, a shared meal, a hand to hold, a community to belong to. Tend your relationships the way you'd tend a garden, with regular care and attention, and they will quite literally help you live longer and better. That is one of the most hopeful truths in all of health, because connection is available to every one of us, no matter our age or our budget. Now, I genuinely love to hear from you, and this is one of those times your comment really matters. Who is one person you're going to reach out to this week? Say their name in the comments, just the name, as a little promise to yourself. And tell me where you're watching from, because seeing this community of people from all over the world looking out for one another is connection in action, right here. One honest note before we close. This video is for general education, not personal medical advice. If you're struggling with loneliness or low mood, please know that's common, it's nothing to be ashamed of, and reaching out for support to a friend, a doctor, or a trusted person is a sign of strength, not weakness. You were never meant to grow older alone. So pick up the phone, open the door, say yes to the invitation, and keep the people who matter close. It may be the most important thing you do for your health all year. I'll see you in the next video.